guys, we've updated the look and feel of the SLC and size tab, and we sort of modernised it. We made it look a little bit cleaner, a bit neater. So what you want to do is try and get the red to align, and if you do, then you know that's the sentiment part, or you know that's your analysis done for the sentiment. But you do want to check your technicals. Okay, so AU is a sell. Likewise, Euro USD is, and gold as well, and Kiwi, and pound yen is a buy, as you can see, because we've got 3 greens, and dollar yen is a buy because we've got 3 greens. Right, so I want to show you dollar, because we know it's strong buy. If we look at the bubbles, right, so even though we're in the strong buy section, we had to contend with the pound and the CAD and the Swiss franc, but currently we're the strongest. Gold is the weakest. Yen is currently mixed, but we're off the extreme. Now, if the yen comes down and it joins the dollar, that's going to bolster the appeal of the dollar as a safe haven. So we could be a little bit risk off. It could be giving us like a forewarning about some risk off if that comes down and it joins the dollar. I shouldn't imagine the pound will stay there for too long if the yen comes down, because this is a risky currency, and so I think this is going to move if the yen comes down. So keep an eye on the pound yen perhaps, because that might give us some indication of risk off. So we're quite strong on the pound yen, but if we get that bubble to converge, then this is going to probably have to move, and it'll probably move over here, and it might even come over here. Right, so just bear that in mind. I want to show you an indicator on TradingView. It's a PCR pivots, and I've been using these a lot. So what I do, I set alerts when we hit support and when we hit resistance. So the indicator is called this. You can take a screenshot of this, but it's basically Fibo and pivot levels with CPR. Philip the Great is the coder. So I'll use that, and when it gets to support, then you know you can sell the Euro USD or any dollar pair. We've got support, and then we're going to hit some resistance, you see, and so that's how that works. So I have an alert just to notify me on my mobile. Dixie hit 96.14 support. I'll then look at the Euro USD, and I think, oh, that looks like a decent short idea. You'd enter with good risk management, you'd be okay. So this is what I'm currently using. It's quite nice, fairly clean. These big boxes are order blocks, so we know they're going to be good support, and this box up here is, you know, it's going to be a good resistance. So it's currently in between these values, and it really helps with intraday trading as well. So grab a copy of that indicator, it's really cool, and it looks like we're going to be hitting resistance, which coincides with the shift channel top on the hourly. Now you see this this line is simply calculated using that angle. So that is the known lower low. We know that's never going to change. That's set in time. And now this is going to be resistance, potentially resistance. We're going to break it, which is going to be interesting, and we could use that as support. You see. 96.29, we'll probably target 96.45, and once we break that, we'll have this to contend with, and then that will complete the harmonic. So like I said yesterday, we need to break this in order to sell, because then that way it creates the we've fulfilled the harmonic sequence, because we have to break that high, and it's going to be a really weird harmonic. It's really strange. So this is very acute angle, this is very obtuse, and that's telling me that the selling was a little bit protracted. It went on perhaps a little bit too long. Very erratic move there. And so what we're going to have as a consequence is a very irregular harmonic. So this is coinciding with the bubble, because we know we know that's strong. So that's not really a surprise to see this go higher, but we have resistance, and we've got some strong resistance up there. So let's quickly go through some charts. So we know this is breaking shift channel top, and we're going to eventually break 96.66, right? And then it will be a sell. Okay, so gold, keep an eye on your 1802, and its monthly pivot, and SOCs as far, 1900 I think, yep, and 1796. This is the this is a great indicator to have, so you don't have to change your windows, you just click your your whatever currency pair that you're interested in. It's called symbol changer, and that's available on the spreadsheet. So I guess we'll look at AU and we'll see where we are with monthly pivot. See, we had a bounce there, so that's not going to be a coincidence. The buyers came in because we're above monthly pivot. We are breaking ADR low 4 hour. These are the 4 hours. These are your daily. SOC 71.80 and 72.95. We are a sell, and they went long. Dollar Swiss. Don't normally do dollar Swiss, but we'll look at it anyway. So obviously this is going to do quite well. We're above monthly pivot. We are a sell, so there's a mismatch, but they are selling it, so that would be bullish. But they need to continue to sell it and cross the 50% line. Once it does, we'll break higher. SOC 92, which is easy, and 90, 95. This is on a tear recently, the pound. You could maybe argue we've broken. Very, very simple trend line there. Maybe you could argue we've done that. Maybe 13501, 13425. In between those 4 hour values, it should be normal. The level of interest there looks like we're going to break. We are breaking is 13463. So we're breaking that, so we should target this 13444, 13432, and then this is going to come into play at 13396. And that breaks, then we know we're going to be targeting these supports. Monthly pivot is going to be key. Euro USD. I'll probably do this one and the dollar yen, and then I'll wrap up. And if you want me to do any other pair, then just let me know. SOC above 113.95, 112.70 where I sell, and they went long, so that agrees, with the sentiment, static and the dynamic. Currently in between, we're in this like sandwich. There's a slice of bread here, and there's a slice of bread here. Break that. We're going to target down here. We'll probably even get to ADR low, which is really far away. 112.40 maybe. So yeah, they're your levels of support. Probably potentially quite weak support. They're quite thin, and so we'll have to wait and see for that. Dollar yen. I've got a feeling this is going to continue higher because we look at the spreadsheet. We know. We're a buy at the high level, and at the low level we're a buy as well. Admittedly, we've only moved 1%, but it does indicate more upside. So could be pretty horrible. If this falls, it's going to impact your cross yen pairs. All right. So if this falls in a spectacular way, I can imagine the euro yen, the pound yen, the Aussie yen, they're probably going to also fall as well. And don't forget your yen bubble is off the extreme. 115.90 and 114.90, so it's 100 pips, yeah, 100 pips between. We are a buy. We are maybe a little bit skewed. There is one side of the argument is that we are very skewed on the MyFX book, and when they get screwed, then we can maybe see a reversal. I'd imagine MR1 is going to have to be a good resistance. It's hard to say. MR2 is 116.92. That will probably destroy the bears, and then we'll probably reverse there, I'd imagine. And so that's that. So lots to talk about. I could talk about it all day, but I don't want to make these videos too long. Remember, this was your liquidation event on Thursday, so this is where it destroyed the bears completely, and that was that wick that did it, I believe. We are coming up to it again. Maybe keep an eye on 36.596. Maybe look at DAX as well, because Andy trades it. Where are we? Okay, Australia. There we go. It's called the DAX 30, but it's actually DAX 40 now, isn't it? Yeah, so there's not anything above, particularly just technical resistance at MR1 16.192. Have a look at 159.78, currently support. So maybe up to MR1, maybe back down to support, but we're quite strong on the DAX. So I'm going to wrap up now, and just let me know if you want me to do any pair or anything like that, and maybe grab a copy of this indicator. It's really cool. Should be getting some resistance on the dollar soon, and we'll have to wait and see.